In my recent training on the top 3 mistakes that aspiring leaders make, if you haven't watched it, head on here to watch it. I talked about this key mistake that many people who want a promotion make, and that is that they simply don't tell their boss. So I wanted to come back with a training on how to fix this specifically because I alluded to it, but I want to be more specific. So if you've been struggling to tell your boss that you want to be promoted, that you want a growth opportunity within your organization, then stay tuned because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I am your career and leadership coach. I help unhappy, stuck workers, people who feel overworked, underpaid, undervalued. I help them find their dream job or get their next promotion so that they can work less, make more money, and finally feel fulfilled and happy doing work that they love. I come to YouTube every week with a new training. I drop them here generally on Mondays, unless it's a holiday, then I'm taking the week off because we need our vacations. So if you don't want to miss a single one, because I cover the entire kit and caboodle of careers and job searches and career growth and advancement and so everything, really, quite frankly, then be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single one. Okay, before we get started today, I did want to talk about my upcoming training. I'm so excited about this one. Okay, we're talking about up-leveling your career. I'm walking you through the path to promotion, like how to finally get that leadership position when you haven't had it, or how to get that director position, how to get that VP, C-suite. We're talking it all. We're talking about the mistakes that people are making in their attempt at getting promoted. It's similar to the 3 mistakes video that I just talked about, but it's in way more detail, and I tell you exactly how to fix each problem, and then I'm walking you through the process, how to go from no one sees that you have this potential to promoted, like you're in the job with a hefty raise, not a bottom of the range raise that we can sometimes see when you're in this scenario. So if this is a training that you know you must attend, it's free, then the details are below, and the link to RSVP to join us live or to watch the replay, that's below as well. I can't wait to see you there. So if you have any questions, also let me know. Okay, let's get to today's training. You want a promotion, but here's the thing. You haven't told anyone, especially your manager. And I get it. It is scary. It is scary to tell your manager that you want to be promoted because we're afraid that they might think something like, this person is gunning for my job, or don't they want to keep working for me? Or laugh out loud, it's hilarious that they think they're ready for promotion. Here's the thing. They may think those thoughts. It's out of your control. And while I agree, those thoughts are scary as hell. You know what's even scarier? You not accomplishing your goals just because you want to avoid a potentially uncomfortable conversation or to ensure that this person has certain thoughts about you that you like you're avoiding it so that you think you can, hopefully they think the things you want them to think about you, but they're obviously not because you're not getting promoted and you want to get promoted. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get serious about your next promotion. And this is especially true if you're an individual contributor who wants to become a manager, or if you want to progress up any career steps. Being a leader requires you to have uncomfortable conversations. So you need to develop the capacity to have these conversations. So this is an amazing place to start. Okay, that was a sidetrack. Let's get to the how. We're going to do it during your next one-on-one. And if you don't have one-on-ones, I want you to send an email to schedule a one-on-one. And I want you to communicate to your manager in a conversation or during a one-on-one about the next one-on-one or in an email that you want to schedule some time or to carve out a piece of the one-on-one time to discuss your future with the organization. And I generally like to give it up to them. So would you like to incorporate this into the one-on-one, or would you prefer that this conversation is a separate session? Kind of leave that up to them. Now, if you're bringing this up in a one-on-one, I do want you to be prepared that they may want to have the conversation right there and then. So I want you to kind of go through what I'm going to talk about today before you bring it up so that you are ready to have that conversation. Okay, so here's an outline. I have given it all to you of what that conversation should look like. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is, shocker, express interest. Make it clear that you're interested in roles with greater responsibility within the organization. We want them to know that this is something you're hungry for and craving for. The second thing I want you to do in this conversation is to highlight your achievements. Now, there's a caveat to this one. We're not talking about any old achievement. We're talking about ones that are relevant to the next step, that really showcase those next step skills. Now, if you are an individual contributor who wants that leadership role and is wondering what this looks like, I want you to go watch this How to Get a Management Job with No Experience, because I talk about it in more detail there. There is an upcoming training where I'm talking about this for every step of the way, but I really want you to focus on that next step and what matters most to them and what accomplishments and achievements you have now really highlights your ability to do that next job, not being the expert at your current one. Okay, the third thing I want you to do in this conversation is I want you to ask for advice. I want you to ask your manager their thoughts and suggestions, and this is going to be really hard. And it's kind of like a negotiation. I want you to ask, and I want you to shut that mouth. I don't want you to like soften it or like say it's okay. Like I just want you to say, ask for their thoughts and suggestions. I want you to really get a sense of what they see for your future. And if I'm hoping that they don't want this, right, have that conversation right away. I'm hoping what you alerting them that you want to have this conversation gives them the chance to really think about how they see your future so they can give you really good grounded advice. So which means that if they did just want to enter that conversation right away, I want you to give them some time to get back to you on advice. Like maybe you suggest after they have started talking, I'd be happy to connect more about this, to learn more, like have you give you some time, because I know we just sort of just kind of put this on you to think through the advice that you want to give me. Okay, the number 4 thing that I want you to do in this conversation is I want you to ask for help. So this is great because advice kind of leads to help. I want you to ask them to help you take this next step by giving you the opportunity to take on work and responsibilities that strengthen your skill set, which means if you want a leadership position and you don't have any management experience, you might want to ask to lead a team, a project within the team, or to train someone who's just starting, or to suggest maybe even hiring a co-op student and you are fully involved in that hiring and overseeing and delegating work for them, a performance management piece. I want you to also ask for help in terms of time to develop certain skills, for help connecting with others within the organization, and maybe asking for help in terms of other opportunities like job shadowing or other mentoring and grooming opportunities that they can give to you. And then the 5th thing I want you to do in the conversation is thank them. So to recap, what I want you to do in the conversation is express interest, highlight your achievements that are relevant to your next step, ask for their advice, ask for the help, and then obviously showing them some gratitude by thanking them. So, are you going to do this? Hit like if you are. Any questions? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to join us for Uplevel Your Career, where I am talking all about getting the next promotion. The details are in the description below. Can't wait to see you there. And otherwise, I will see you next week. Signing off. I'm Sarah, your career and leadership coach. And I'll see you here next week with yet another training. Take care. Bye.
If you liked this video, then I invite you to join me in the Find Your Dream Job program, where you work less, make more money, and finally feel fulfilled doing work that you love. Find out more at www.sarahcurto.ca/CYLA. See you there.